Good to have you with us today. A new survey shows small businesses in the US are being crushed under the weight of inflation. Now, this is despite upbeat messages from President Biden on the issue. An overwhelming majority of entrepreneurs say that financial health has severely deteriorated in the last 6 months, with households, of course, also having to tighten their belts. Caleb Maupin filed this report from New York.
As the saying goes, a dollar ain't a dollar anymore, and American families are being squeezed by inflation. There has been a 7% increase in consumer prices over the past year. That's the fastest increase that we've seen since 1982. Joe Biden has promised that he is going to fight these increasing costs of pretty much everything, and he has already found someone to blame for the crisis.
The bottom line, this isn't just about quick wins. It's about reversing decades of concentration that have hurt workers, consumers, and small businesses. It didn't happen at any one time. It's been over a period of time now, a long time.
Now, the average cost of a loaf of bread in New York State in 2021 was 88 cents. But here, at a popular supermarket in Manhattan, there's bread for sale for roughly $3.48 or $4.27. Now, prices in Manhattan are a lot steeper even in good times, but that's a pretty significant increase in costs for the consumer.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's really going up really quickly, really high. The stimulus check we got, that's what we're going to end up wasting it on.
Just your regular trip to the supermarket is becoming, it's becoming more difficult. You have to make concessions to fit your budget to buy the essential things to feed your family.
Got 3 kids and the cost of food is going up. I drive the car almost every day. The cost of gas is going up. I don't think he's doing anything.
Last January, the price of gasoline in Manhattan was roughly $2.37. But now, here at BP in Midtown Manhattan, they want $4.79 per gallon to fill up your tank. If Biden could get this under control, a lot of people would breathe a huge sigh of relief. But judging from the way he reacted to a reporter's question about inflation, that's not likely anytime soon.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a...
A new survey shows that 76% of small firms in the United States have felt the negative impact of inflation over the past 6 months.
There's nothing natural about it. It is the result of political decisions, and the result has been vast borrowing of money to speculate in the stock market, and some of that money has now fallen over into the rest of the economy, and so we have an inflation, mostly because businesses have wanted to offset profits lost in 2020 and the first half of 2021 by raising their prices now. It is a profit-driven decision.
Now, to be clear, it's not like Biden did all of this personally. This is a result of supply chain issues and a sudden increase in demand as we come out of the pandemic and lockdowns. And some at the IMF are warning that it's not over yet, and it might actually get worse.
The emergence of new COVID-19 variants could prolong the pandemic and induce renewed economic disruptions. Moreover, supply chain disruptions, energy price volatility and localized wage pressures mean uncertainty around inflation and policy paths is high.
Serious public health disaster, COVID, and an economic crash on a scale with the Great Depression of the 1930s. To have these two things at the same time was excruciating. And now, at the end of those 2 years, to have added to it an inflation currently rising 7% per year, when workers' wages on average are rising between 3 and 5% per year, means that the working class is now hurt by the new 2022 already in the first month. Yes, this is going to be a very rocky year, and the stock market vibrations this last week are more evidence.
Now, in 1971, U.S. President Richard Nixon imposed a 90-day price freeze to curb inflation. Now, economists are debating what the results would be if Biden was so bold and how that would affect the economy. But regardless, so far, Joe Biden's promises to tackle the problem of inflation are just words. Prices are still rising. Caleb Maupin, RT, New York.